Vice President Harris is hitting the campaign trail tomorrow for the first time since the Democratic National Convention. With just 70 days till Election Day, Harris is taking her message on a bus tour across Georgia, while former President Trump is campaigning across the Midwest. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins me now for more on that. Selena, the Trump campaign has confirmed to ABC News that Trump's former rival, Robert Kennedy Jr., and former Democratic lawmaker Tulsi Gabbard are joining his presidential transition team. What can you tell us about their roles, and how did this come about? What's the strategy here?
Yeah, Diane, well, I mean, it's unclear exactly what role they would play in the transition team, but in confirming this information to us, a senior Trump campaign advisor said this comes as they're trying to expand their support across partisan lines. Now, RFK Jr. and Gabbard are both former progressive Democrats who more recently left the party. RFK Jr. said in a recent interview, in a new interview with Tucker Carlson, that he's looking forward to joining this presidential transition team and that he's going to play a role in picking people who would serve in this next Trump administration. It's only days ago that RFK Jr. suspended his independent bid for president. He formally endorsed Trump. This is despite a very acrimonious history between RFK Jr. and Trump. RFK Jr.'s campaign was also in part fueled by conspiracy theories around vaccine and COVID. Now, Tulsi Gabbard, she only yesterday formally endorsed Donald Trump, but she has already been playing a role in his debate preparation, sources tell us. Now, Tulsi Gabbard does not have huge name recognition, and RFK Jr. was only polling in the mid-single digits, but Trump is hoping that they could make the difference in these battleground states that could come down to just a few thousand votes.
Meanwhile, Selena, Vice President Harris is getting some new endorsements from aides to former Republican presidential nominees. How significant is that?
Yeah, so this is coming from more than 200 Republican staffers who worked for prominent Republicans, including former President George W. Bush and Senators McCain and Romney. They are saying in this letter that they're calling on independents and conservatives who came out for President Biden in 2020 to do the same for Kamala Harris in 2024. They say that Donald Trump poses a threat to America's national security, to democracy at home and abroad. They acknowledge in this letter that there are policy differences between them and the Harris team, but they say that the alternative would be, quote, untenable.
Now, both Harris and Trump are hitting the campaign trail this week. What are you watching for there?
So Harris is going to be gearing up for a bus tour through battleground Georgia with her running mate, Governor Tim Walz. She would have been off the trail for several days before this. She's been pretty quiet since the Democratic National Convention wrapped up last week. We've been told by sources that she's intensely focused on debate preparation. That first face-off with Trump just 2 weeks away now, and this is going to be high stakes. There's a lot riding on this, as Harris hasn't yet had a lot of unscripted, off-the-cuff moments. Donald Trump, for his part, he's focused on the Midwest states. They're focusing on delivering a message about the economy. They're likely to continue to hammer the Biden and Harris administration for high inflation over the last few years, although inflation has been cooling. And later today, J.D. Vance is going to be delivering a message on the economy in Michigan, and he'll be doing it behind bulletproof glass. That's part of new safety measures that were installed after Trump's assassination attempt. It's going to be at an outdoor venue in Michigan.
All right, senior White House correspondent Selena Wang, thank you.